guys, welcome back to another episode. I'm Andrea.
And I'm Morgan, and this is Opinionated Moms.
I feel like it's been so freaking long. Like it feels like it's been years.
Literally.
Um, how are you? I
I'm
love seeing
good.
you on camera. Ooh, we got our drinks. Okay, what are you drinking?
Cheers. I'm drinking cran grape and water and sparkling water all mixed together. It's delicious.
Oh, okay. And
What
I can't remember.
flavor do you have?
This is the watermelon wave. Um, I do have, hold on, let me show you.
Oh my gosh.
The witch's brew and the new flavor pumpkin cream that's like limited.
Not a whole case.
I know. Well, you know me. And then I have like backups over here that
Yeah.
like, and I have my water. But anyways, how have you been? How was your summer?
Summer was good. The little one, Sage, was in daycare. The older one was at camp all summer. She did like a sports camp where they just do like a little bit of every sport. And then
Wait, Sage?
no, Quinn, sorry, the
Oh,
older
Quinn, Quinn,
one.
Quinn.
Yeah, she did a sports camp and then she did acting camp. She loved acting camp. She's obsessed. So,
Yeah. Oh,
and
that's
now she's in school. She's in sixth grade.
oh,
So
yeah.
yeah, lots of changes. You?
Yeah, no, summer was good. It was busy, like work was busy. So for our listeners, we did take a little break for the summer. Honestly, we kind of just wanted to enjoy the kids, and then I working kind of picked up like a lot, which in a good way
Yeah.
in a good way, but I really also kind of just wanted to be more present with my kids. Like I really wasn't posting on like socials. I was so inconsistent. But we're back into a routine. But we had a really good summer. The boys went out of the country for the first time. They went on a plane. They did amazing. They went to Disneyland for the first time. We went camping for the first time too,
Oh
with
wow.
them, with them. So they
Yeah.
had a lot of firsts that I hope they can remember in the future. I mean, they probably won't, but you know what I mean. And I just realized we're both wearing I'm wearing green, you're wearing green.
And we're matching. Yes, it's the vibes. I'm loving it.
Yeah, but I'm super excited to pick this back up because I know we took a break. We took a break and it was much needed, but we're back on and we have so much to talk about for Miami that's currently going on in Orange County. The seasons are so good I was gonna say this year for both of them.
Hmm.
For me, honestly, it's more Miami. So let's get into it, right? Let's get
Okay,
into
yes.
Miami.
Which one do you want to talk about first?
I want to do Miami. I want to do Miami
Okay.
first. What are your initial thoughts of the season so far?
Okay, so I think we should start with Gertie and Julia because I feel like that's like the biggest thing
Mm,
now. Um, at first I was really confused. I was like, why are they fighting? Like this story makes no sense. Like whatever, something about a cruise, blah 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 blah. And
yeah.
I was like, I didn't even try to like normally I'll like try to like look it up and like look for interviews and stuff, but I was like, I'm just gonna leave it alone because they'll explain it. So,
Hmm.
but then when they finally explained it and Julia talking about like there was no room for her at the table or whatever, I was like, that just doesn't make any sense because
Hmm.
if Martina was supposed to go with her and they knew you were bringing a plus one, and the whole reason that Gertie was going was because Martina couldn't, right?
Right. Correct.
So it was like,
Correct.
so why would there not be room at the table? Like that doesn't make any sense. And then there was another housewife. I just randomly saw a clip of it like the other day. It was someone from Jersey who's not on there anymore.
Hmm.
I can't
Oh,
remember.
Jen Fessler. Jen
Yes,
Fessler was
yes,
there.
yes. Thank you. Thank you.
Yeah.
Um,
Yeah.
anyway, she said that she was on that same cruise and that
Mhm.
she was sitting with Julia because they put like the Bravo people together.
Yeah.
And she was like, we definitely could have like pulled up a chair. Like it wasn't that serious. She was saying that she felt like Julia like just didn't try. As far as how things were handled after, I just don't get it. It just doesn't make any sense to me. Like, I understand Gertie's upset because of whatever Julia did. What doesn't make sense is what Julia did.
Yeah. And did you see, because I've been watching interviews of Gertie talking about why this is like this really caught her off guard.
Hmm.
Did you know that this cruise happened before the reunion of last year was filmed and they had no issues?
I just saw that the other day too, which is why I'm
So
confused.
So Julia needed a storyline,
Mm.
and this is her storyline this season. And Gertie's like, I'm not the one. And at first, I didn't understand it either, but I'm totally Team Gertie. If I'm being honest, I think Julia, like, what? First of all, I know Martina's a legend, okay? And I didn't watch her growing up. I'm sorry. She's like she's too old for me, so I didn't watch her growing up.
Yeah, same.
But some of her comments that she's made, like, online. I know everyone's entitled to, say what they want, but I don't understand some of her comments. I find them to be just, I don't know, so out of touch.
Yeah, it's strange because like I know she's older, but at the same time, like you're a foreigner technically, and you're a lesbian, and
Exactly.
you're raising black children. So it's just very confusing. I feel like if you are not a heterosexual white person from America, you're not allowed to like judge other people or like have opinions and stuff.
Yeah.
I'm saying like at the end of the day, we're all in the same boat. Like we're going against the norm. You know what I'm saying? Like
Yeah.
the American
Yeah.
norm. So it's like, how can you have these strong, and for anyone who doesn't know, like what I saw was the biggest thing was her talking about surrogacy and like how
Yep.
that's wrong. And it's just very confusing. It's like you literally have been talking about adopting children. How did you think you were going to get those children?
Yeah. Yeah. So she basically doesn't believe in surrogacy. She thinks it's wrong for women to do that, to go down that route. And I was just like, excuse me? Like,
Right.
Like, I'm just so confused. So they're annoying to me on TV, if I'm being honest. Like, I'm tired of Julia and Martina. I feel like in the beginning of the season they were showing them a lot, and I was like, "Ew, get them off my screen!" Like, I
So
don't
yeah,
care
it was
anymore.
like they were like the main focus. And I thought adopting the two kids and not speaking to the two children you had biologically would be a storyline in itself. So I'm again confused why she needed to start something with Gertie, like for
Yeah,
like
because
your
she's
life
trying to
is a
have.
story.
Yeah, she's trying to have a moment. Julia is trying to have a moment during the season. I feel like she's been trying to stir the pot like here and there, and she's not doing a good job at it. I love how Stephanie's calling her out. Um, did you, this was a while ago. I just have to point out in the beginning when Julia meets Stephanie for the first time, when they all go to that little bar like a girls' night, it's Marisol, Larsa,
Oh yeah,
Julia,
yeah, yeah.
and she sees Stephanie for the first time. You're gonna be like, I don't remember. But Julia's face when she sees Stephanie was like so awkward. She was weird. She was like looking her up and down, and I felt like she didn't know how to like act around her. And to me, it looked like, oh, I need to see how I can get this girl on my side. I don't know. I just think Julia's so calculated, but I feel like it's such a flaw. To me. To me.
I would have to go back and look
You
at
have
it.
to. You have to because Julia is just not doing it for me. I know Gertie can be extra, very extra, and sometimes I'm going to be honest with you, she makes my skin crawl. But I love Gertie, and I think that I really think she is being authentically herself. And I think it was so disappointing with how the women, they don't like her. I don't think they're genuinely her friends. And Julia threw the, water on Gertie, and like she was calm. She didn't leave. She didn't make a scene. None of the girls had her back. You know what I mean? If Gertie would have done that to Julia, I feel like they would have been like, you know what, Gertie, like I think you should go. Tensions are high. I don't know. Maybe I'm just making like this is just all what I think. What do you think of that situation?
I think that Julia presents herself as like a little lamb,
Hmm.
and she's very like weak or whatever. Kind of like Lisa, but she's not like as loud about it as Lisa
Totally,
is.
Lisa.
And I think if Alexia or Stephanie or even Kiki had had the water thrown on them, I think they all
Mm.
would have reacted the same way as they did to Gertie because they're
Mm-hmm.
seen as more like strong and like they can handle themselves in conversation.
Mm-hmm.
Um, but yeah, I think if it had been Larsa, Lisa, Julia, like they tend more to like cry wolf, Adriana, like somebody would have run to them. Oh my God, are you okay? Are you all right?
Mm-hmm.
So, I know some people online were saying it has to do with race. I don't personally think it has to do with race. I think it has to do with how they present themselves. Gertie doesn't seem weak, and a lot of times the stronger person, they leave you like to your own devices. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I can see that. I just think to me, I don't think these women like Gertie in the group. I just don't feel like they're like
Well, she's not as
really,
agreeable.
yeah.
It's the same thing. Like if Gertie was late all the time and she acted like how Lisa does, they wouldn't put up with that crap.
Mm-hmm.
They would have said something a long time ago. It wouldn't have taken multiple years and Stephanie to come in and like tell her about herself, which by the way, thank God she finally did. Like I'm so sick and tired of every episode. There's like 5 minutes of everyone just complaining about waiting on Lisa. And then
Mm-hmm.
when Lisa comes, they're like, "Oh my God, Monkey, I'm so glad you're here." Like, girl,
Yeah, okay, and so I agree. Now, I just have to say, because you brought up Lisa, that woman is so, as you call it, insufferable.
yeah,
She is so insufferable to me. Her and Shannon Bedore have the title of like the biggest like victim of like their life. I
yeah.
just can't with Lisa. I just absolutely can't. She makes my skin crawl. Every year it's the same storyline. Poor her, poor me. Like you still like live such a wonderful, beautiful life. And I just feel like she's so entitled and lives in like a talk about like you know how everyone was saying how Dorit lives in her own bubble. I think Lisa lives in her own bubble.
No, for real. It's like she went through this divorce like how long ago? Like, and or is it not still finalized? Whatever.
I
It's,
don't think it's
I don't even
finalized, but
care.
it's a yeah. It's
Like,
just
I don't even care. The moral of the story is the fact that you still bring up Lenny and now you just have your new man to bring up drama with, which is weird in itself, but we'll get to that.
mm.
That will come. But I just think it's really, the whole thing is just really strange. Like, it's always some like, woe is me. Like, at this point, if you've been going through
Agree.
this legal stuff for this long, so at the latest episode when they were at the dinner, right?
Yeah.
And she gets the email or whatever, like you have to sign this document. Is it frustrating? Yes. You're at a dinner, you're on a vacation, you're filming for the show. Do you
You're
need to
working,
stop and
yeah.
do this? No. But just get up and do it. Like you can complain
hmm
about it, but the whole like crying and announcing it to the table, like,
I mean, she always has to make it about herself. Like it's always like
yeah.
poor her. She's the only one going through stuff. Like just because, I mean, Gertie said it too. Like she's like she went through her cancer stuff and like she was keeping it to herself. I mean, she had her moments, but it's like all these women are going through stuff too. They all have their own lives, and Lisa just
Yeah, and she couldn't put the phone down when Marisol and Julia were like, listen, you're taking notes. It's a little strange, which we've seen on other franchises when people start to record or take notes. They're like, okay, this is getting like weird and out of hand. Why don't you just put the phone down? And they didn't say just her. They said, why doesn't everyone put their phone down?
hmm
And the way she flipped out about it is so sus. And then the fact that she was like it was so strange. I was like, girl, it's probably
Yeah,
gonna be like an
she's
hour.
a
Like,
child.
and she's like, "Well, I have two little kids. A lot of them have kids, and
Yeah.
technically, Julia's kids are younger."
Yes.
And then Marisol was like, "Well, who helps you with your kids when you're not there?" She was like, "Nobody." So these kids are just in the house, just licking peanut butter out the jar. They ain't got no
I
food, nothing.
I truly just can't with Lisa. I really can't. And one of my pet peeves, I think what bothers me so much about her is like when Stephanie finally is calling her out saying like maybe it wasn't the best delivery. Okay, I'm gonna say that. I do think Stephanie was annoyed and she's just super direct, which I am actually like I envy that because you know me, I'm like not direct. But when someone is so late all the time, I feel like that drives me insane. Like
Mhm.
I don't know about you, but I am a very punctual person in general. Like if I don't know where I'm going to somewhere, I'm gonna be on time. I'm that weirdo who's like there 30 minutes ahead of time. And I just feel like Lisa just doesn't care about people's times. You know what I mean? Like
I'm definitely a late person. I'm usually late, but it's like 10 or 15
How
minutes.
late?
It's like, yeah, it's not, it's
Okay,
like,
like, wait, I gotta ask. It's your daughter's, let's just say, first day of school. She's showing up late?
no. Well,
Okay,
I usually get Quinn places that she needs to be on time because she really hates being late.
being late.
I don't want her to be late to school.
Okay,
Like,
good.
we get, if I don't have to get ready, they'll be on time.
Okay.
If I have to
What
get
about a
dressed,
doctor's appointment?
no, like they'll be on time. But if it's
Okay.
where we're like, I want to look cute, we're
Oh,
probably
okay.
a
That's
little bit
different.
late.
If it's a party where you're like, I mean, at a
I
party,
mean, it
you,
could be anything. Like if we have a dinner reservation, we're probably going to be a little bit late. So you should lie to me about the time by like 30 minutes.
oh my God.
However, if I'm aware of this, so I will say, lie to me about the time
Yes,
so
which
I
don't
can,
worry, I gladly will because I'm that person for a dinner reservation. I will be there like 15 minutes early and I will like wait like in my car. But I mean, like,
but
I
two
think it's different.
hours, I'm not gonna, but here's the other thing. I've never missed a flight, right?
Oh,
Like
thank
if
God.
if you tell me the flight leaves at 3 p.m., I'm there at noon. I am at the airport at noon. I want to see
Okay.
the gate. I want to know it exists. I want to be
Yep.
there. And then I'm gonna get food, but I'm not gonna stray too far because
Yeah,
if I
exactly.
want to go Chick-fil-A and Chick-fil-A is on the other side of the airport,
You're
okay,
like,
I'm
nope,
not going.
yep.
We missed
Okay,
it.
good. Okay, good.
But
See,
yeah,
we're on the
there's no
same page.
excuse for Lisa. Oh, and side note, I don't think Stephanie came at her in any type of way. I personally think Stephanie was perfectly calm. She just said what
She
she needed to
was.
say, and there was nothing wrong with what she said.
No, I think it took it. So what it was is Lisa does what she does and takes no accountability, makes it about herself, and she's like, "Oh, but like, what's the problem?" And then I think Stephanie got annoyed, and then she became a little bit more like upset about it. But I don't think she came at her the wrong way at all. She was straight to the point and direct. But people can't take the truth sometimes, including
Yeah.
myself, because I get my feelings hurt all the time. Um, how about I have to just point out, 'cause I know we need to talk about OC too, but Adriana at the table when did you see the last week's episode?
When she started crying.
When she was like, I'm old after she
Oh
called
my
Kiki
God.
Ratchet, and then Ratchet, and then Kiki's like, you are too old to be speaking like that, whatever. And Adriana was like, I'm old. I'm
Yeah.
old.
Yeah.
And it was like, but in that situation, I personally feel like Adriana. Okay, she made a pact and she clearly didn't hear the pact. Do you remember? And then
Yeah,
when she
because even
says
when they
it,
flashed back to it and Gertie grabbed her hand and was like putting her pinky in the little pinky promise, her hand was like, so like she looked like she wasn't paying attention. And I'm not saying that like that's an excuse, but she has a history of like picking and choosing
oh, absolutely.
what she
But I do feel
remembers.
like she started it when she called Kiki Ratchet for like no
Yeah.
reason. I mean, I don't think Kiki was being ratchet there. Like she was just calling her out and saying like, "Yo, you didn't hold up the promise."
Yeah, as a
And
black
then,
woman, I would be highly offended if I'm at a table of mostly non-blacks and then somebody called me ratchet. I would
I
be
mean, and for
highly,
no reason, if she was acting ratchet, then that's different. You know what I
yeah,
mean? But she
but
literally
she
wasn't.
wasn't.
She was calling her out for not, for like basically breaking the pinky promise. And then she's like, then she's the bad guy for saying that she's old. And I just thought it was hilarious how
Yeah.
Adrian couldn't let that go. And I was like, clearly your age bot is
She didn't even call her old. She just said, "You're too old to be doing," like I would say that I say that to my 10-year-old. I'm like, "You're too old to do da 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 da." Like at a
yeah.
certain point, you're too old for this crap.
Yeah, yeah. No, it was interesting. How are you liking Alexia and Stephanie's dynamic? How they're finally looking like they're gonna be able to get
I mean,
along-ish?
I'm glad that they like put their stuff to the side. I personally think Alexia started it with Stephanie. I think it was just like too much. Um,
Mm,
she's talking about Stephanie came in hot. I think Stephanie was definitely on her side with the when she said the stuff at Julia's baby shower where she was like,
mm,
if you took out the trash, if God took out the trash, you don't like bring it back in or whatever she said. That's just like a saying that people say. I've heard that like a gajillion times or a variation of that. So I don't understand why Alexia was offended by that, but I guess because she's so like in her emotions about Todd right now, And I get that, but whatever. I'm just not the type of person to like pounce on people.
But yeah, but here's the thing. If you I I agree where I feel like Stephanie was coming from a good place. I really do think she was. And she's trying to tell Alexia, like, you're the star. Like, like you deserve better. Like, let him go. But I feel like when you don't know someone like that, and Alexia is also like, I don't know, she's so wrapped up in her own crap that she can't even hear and see that Stephanie's like being on her side. I feel like when you don't know someone and you come in like that, I'm like, oh, okay, you're talking about someone's husband though. This isn't like a
Yeah.
one night stand. This isn't like a boyfriend of 3 months. Like this is her husband. So,
I mean, I think
but
they both could have handled it differently because Alexia could have just said that, but instead of saying that, she just was a bitch.
when is Alexia's birthday? I feel like she's a Cancer, but
I don't
Alexia,
know.
you're like, I don't know, Alexia. Um, but I'm enjoying. Oh my gosh! And then also we have Larsa and Lisa's drama. Lord,
Okay, Lisa was definitely in the wrong. Like Larsa was
yes,
annoying for sure. And I'm not the type of person to unfollow somebody on social media. I think we talked about that. But like
yeah,
I just never think about it. I'm just like, oh, I just don't talk to this person anymore or whatever. Like you would have to be actively stalking me on social media for me to go out of my way to block you. But
yeah.
like even with ex-boyfriends, like I don't usually like I wouldn't like delete their photos when I broke up with a boyfriend or something, you know? But
Hmm.
yeah, if a friend asked me like, "Can you unfollow my ex-boyfriend?" I'd be like, "Yeah, I'll unfollow your ex." Like, I don't care. I met him through you, which was
Yeah,
Larsa's point. And I don't understand what Lisa was talking about when she's saying Larsa bosses her around all the time. Nobody can boss you around unless you're doing what they tell you to do. So just
yeah.
stop doing what you think she's telling you to do. Like, it's a very simple thing.
It's a very simple thing, and I think it just shows right there again how, right, from what we've seen, I feel like Larsa has been a good camera friend to Lisa because, like, we don't know what happens behind closed doors. But I feel like when Lisa was going through her divorce, Larsa was there for her when
Yeah,
she's,
they were like going to court together and stuff.
yeah. And I'm like, wow, Larsa's a really good friend in that aspect. And Lisa just makes it all about herself. And I just think she is the biggest brat. The biggest brat. I just can't with her. I just can't with her. I like honestly don't want her to come back.
What do you think about Jody texting Larsa?
I don't like that. I
Me.
really don't like that. I don't feel like the men should be involved. And I don't know, like I just think it's weird. And when Lisa's like, "Oh, I didn't know he was not texting you." Oh, shut up. You probably like she's being mean to me. And he's like, "I'm gonna text her, babe, don't worry about it. I got this." Like, it's just I don't think the men should
Very
get
strange.
involved.
If my husband was texting a girl that I'm having a fight with, I'd be like, well, first of all, don't be a bitch. Because why are you over here? Like that would weird me out. And
Yeah.
second of all, just like it's just wrong. It's just wrong.
It's just wrong. And the messages, like he's not being rude to her, or he's not calling her out of her name or anything like that. But just like, just don't get yourself involved.
But they
She's a
only
big girl.
read a little bit of it. Because if you look at the episode when they
Oh,
showed the phone, it was like the whole screen was
I
just for
know.
him.
I know. And I'm just like, what man is saying all this crap to another
Yeah.
woman who's not even his girlfriend? Like, it's just so weird. So
Yeah.
weird. I'm not for it. Um, yeah, I'm not for it. But Jody, oh no. I don't know. I don't know if he's endgame with Lisa, but also I'm saying endgame because I feel like everyone's saying that about relationships. Trying to be cool over here, which I know I'm not because I don't know the lingo anymore.
I know, I listen, I know because I have a 10-year-old and the stuff she's talking about, I'm just like, okay, I'm old. It's a wrap, I'm
Wait,
old.
okay, pause real quick. I know we had to. Oh my gosh, I feel like we're not gonna have enough time for OC. Have you watched? I'm late to this. The Huntrix Demon Pops, Demon
Oh,
Hunter.
the K-pop Demon Hunter?
Oh,
Yeah.
yeah, Demon Hunters.
Yeah.
Did Quinn love it?
Both my kids really like it, but I told them they're not allowed to watch it because of religious feelings. I watched they watched it before me. They watched it several times before me. And
Oh,
off of the name alone, I was like, I don't want you to watch that. But one of my friends has kids the same age and she was like, "No, my kids love it. Like it's fine, it's fine." So I just went off of her word. And
mm-hmm.
when I watched it myself, um it's a little it's too
It's it is. So I'll be honest. My kids didn't watch it. They're not allowed to watch it. I mean. if my mom knew, and I'm 35, if my mom knew what we were watching, she'd be like, "Are you the devil's daughter?"
Yeah, because my
But
mom said no. Because Quinn tried to watch it at my mom's house, and my mom was like, I told her no, she can't watch this.
yeah, okay, I didn't want to open up that can of worms. I just watched it, and the music was so freaking good, and
It
it was
is
like
so good.
so good. It's like, why did it have to be named that? But
I
anyways,
know.
all right, OC. We have like a few minutes. I just gotta say, I need Tamra to take a pause. And this is coming from someone who absolutely loves Tamra. And I'm saying it loud and proud. She is literally like my top five of the housewives of all times. And I I need her to take a pause. What she's doing is not working for me. And I know she's better than that. What are your thoughts on just the season?
I definitely think Tamara needs a break. I don't know if it's Teddy, um, or if it's just Tamra, but at one point in the last episode, she said like my dad left my mom and then my daughter left me, so it's very like triggering.
Mm-hmm.
And Tamara's like what, about to be in her 60s?
I
So
think
I
so.
feel like at a certain point we need to like heal and like get it
Mm-hmm.
together. You know what I'm
Mm-hmm.
saying? So I don't know. I just feel like that's not really like an excuse because
It's
you're
not an
not
excuse. And if I'm being
divorced.
honest, the one thing I will say, I think that Tamara, I don't think she's lying when she's saying stuff. To me, my problem is always her delivery. Her delivery is so mean and she takes it too far, goes too low. And she always says she's going to own it or take accountability. But to me, she hasn't been taking accountability, And like, I she's kind of giving me like victim, like she's trying to sound like a victim to me, and I'm just like, just say you're being an a-hole right now, and you're trying to work on yourself, and you don't know how to act right now. You got a lot going on, but
Mhm.
she just can't. She just can't. It's like everyone's attacking her, everyone's against her, and it's like it's because you go so low, and then the last episode when she came out like sloshed, and I was like, what? I was like,
Yeah.
why would producers let her go on camera like that? I was like, no, like
I don't care. They were
they
gonna
don't
air
care, but
the ultimate girls trip with between Brandy and Caroline and that whole thing. Like if there hadn't been a lawsuit, they would have aired that whole. They aired Kenya putting up those photos of the
that's
beach.
true.
Like they're gonna, if it's on camera, they're gonna air it. Like aside
Mm.
from actual sex, they're gonna air it.
What made me spit on my water. Okay, and I have to ask about the storyline between Emily and what her child is going through.
My God, her husband's so obnoxious. So annoying.
I you're like, I want to punch him.
No, seriously, like if I was Emily, I'd beat the shit out of him. Like he's 2 feet tall, first of all. Okay.
It's, she's literally like a giant next to him. I'm like, oh my gosh,
Yes.
like I don't. So her that story, I mean, I think as a mom, like we can all like feel for her, and it's crazy. I do like Shane. I think that's just his like sense of humor. I wish it's so funny because I feel like in aspects like he's just such a dude where he's so logic and he's kind of like takes out the emotion. And Emily's like, I'm in my feels, like as a mom, like I feel like I'm failing. And he's like, get over it, like you're too soft. And I'm just like, no, she needs you to just tell her, like, it's
It's
okay, like
gonna be
it's
okay.
okay.
Yeah.
Even though, like, um, sorry, I just got the notification that we are running out of time. Okay. But yeah, so what I love, and this is what I have told my sisters that when I watched, this is what made me fall in love with Emily because I feel like, excuse me, I just burped ill. She's the true definition of a housewife, and she actually opens up about her marriage,
Mhm.
motherhood, like she's talked about fertility issues earlier when like you know what I mean? And some of these women, like you don't really get into their relationship,
Like Heather Dubrow.
mothering. Exactly. Everything's perfect. We've been married for like 30 years and everything's perfect. Lies. We all know marriages are hard.
Yeah.
And like Emily shows like the realness of it all. And I really like I feel like it's so relatable. And I feel like that's
Yeah.
why I like
That's why I love her too.
yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, I know.
Yeah. And what about how do you feel about Gretchen, Katie, that whole storyline right there?
So Gretchen definitely said that to Katie.
Duh.
Now but I don't think Katie sold it to a blogger. I think she might have told a blogger, but I don't think she told the blogger with the intent of it getting out. The reason I don't think that is because Katie seems to be very naive and she just like does what people, she's a people pleaser. It's like
Mm-hmm.
she's fighting with herself on pleasing because it's like she does
Mm-hmm.
what the group wants her to do, but then she gets angry that she did it. You know
Yep.
what I mean?
Yep.
So
Yep.
I think a blogger probably befriended her with
Mm-hmm.
ill intent, right? And
Mm-hmm.
Katie took it as sincerity.
Mm.
And she probably told this person things, and that person may have told other people things. But then even when Gina talked to the credible reportable reporter, the guy told her, like, we're not running the story because who cares? So it's
Mm-hmm.
like the reporter didn't want to report it because they don't care, but you've made it the storyline of the season.
Mm-hmm.
That's weird to me. You know what I'm
Mm-hmm.
saying? Like Gina could have just squashed this whole thing and been like, it's really not that important. The reporter's not going to report it. But Katie, you need to understand, don't talk to reporters and bloggers anymore about what goes on between us. Here's how it works on Housewives. Da 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 da. If we find out something again, like it's a wrap.
Yeah.
But they keep picking at her for every little tiny thing, and I'm over it. I don't care.
Yeah, I gotta say, like at first I didn't like I like Katie as a housewife. I really enjoy her story. Like I think she has a really good story, a hard story that I think so many women can actually like bond with and relate to. And it's just
Yeah.
so nice. I know this doesn't sound so weird to say, but like, I just love seeing an Asian woman on the OC and she's like beautiful, has a good marriage, she's thriving. And I feel like these women just want to like she's easy prey. She's gonna take she took it and now she's getting eaten alive.
Well, it was the same
And
thing with Crystal on Beverly Hills because I mean, Crystal wasn't my favorite, but
I couldn't stand Crystal.
I felt like she was too like meek and mild for the show, but just like in general, like
I don't like
there's
Crystal.
nothing
Thank
like
God she left.
wrong with her, like as far as like her life. And they just like, you know, like,
Crystal, I was so over when she was talking about her like her brother's relationship that ended
oh
and it's
yeah,
like what, why are we talking about this, why don't we talk about your marriage, like
it was
that's what we want to
boring.
know
She doesn't
about.
have anything else to talk about. That's
It
why.
was, yeah, but it just makes me sad because I like her and these women, I mean the housewives shows is just it's not the same anymore, you know what I mean, with social media and like the fans and like these women are too smart, they're plotting against each other, they're coming up with storylines, it's just not the same
Yeah,
anymore, but we still watch. Um,
yeah.
we are gonna have to wrap up because you know I gotta go, and I know you do too. But this was fun. I'm so excited that we got to do this. So, guys, stay tuned because we'll be doing these weekly because we're
Yeah.
back on routine. Thank you guys so much for watching. Don't forget to like, leave a comment, save it, share it, do it all, repost it, do all that.
Subscribe, most importantly. Follow us on Instagram and TikTok and Threads. We got to pick back up on Threads. And for
Oh,
all my
yeah.
Love Islanders, the reunion is tonight. I'm so excited. We're not talking to you right now.
No, I'm actually gonna watch it. Like I know what's going on. Amaya and what's the guy? They broke up. They're not even together.
Ryan, okay, can we
Whatever. The
that's
show's so
conversation.
this show's so like it gets me mad because like they're not in they're in it for to get famous.
It's no
I
different
should go on
than Love
that
is
show.
Blind. Like
Yeah, but some of these people actually end up getting married, end up having babies. Love Island, this isn't like to find love. This isn't to find love.
well, yeah, I think that's the point, and I think we're taking it a little too seriously. All reality shows
Yes,
are a social experiment. They're a social experiment, and the fans take it just a little too far. They get a little too deep into it. Yes,
me with
take it
every
too far.
show, I take it way too deep. That's why I shouldn't watch
But
TV.
just let
I just
them
go get
be. They are
therapy.
spitting milk in each other's mouths on Love Island.
Yeah, it's disgusting.
This is not for actual love, okay?
Yeah, it's disgusting.
Which is why
Okay,
we
well,
would never
anyways,
find. But
thanks
yes,
for tuning in,
okay.
guys.
Subscribe. See you guys later. I love you. Bye.
Bye.